Today, I will tell you about how a reckless adventure horribly ruined the life of a happy family. A reckless adventure. 3 young children and a father's past converge in a cave where hope drowns in darkness. Viewer discretion is advised. Samuel Carter, a former cave explorer, carried the heavy burden of a past loss. Years ago, his closest friend and fellow explorer Michael died horribly in a cave collapse during an expedition in Kentucky. The tragedy shattered Samuel, driving him away from the underground world he loved. Seeking peace, he moved with his wife, Clara, and their triplet sons Eli, Noah, and Levi to the quiet town of Willow Creek. Their new home was just 2 miles from Black Hollow Cave, renowned for its winding passages that drew adventurers from across the country. Samuel swore never to return to caving, but his passion never faded. At night, he'd sit with his wide-eyed 6-year-old sons, spinning tales of stalactite kingdoms and hidden rivers. Each story painted caves as wondrous realms, sparking curiosity in the triplets' young hearts. Clara listened quietly, her unease growing but trusting Samuel's judgment. She said nothing. The triplets, adventurous and bold, soaked up their father's stories like sponges. Eli, the leader, dreamed of mapping uncharted caves. Thoughtful Noah loved the science of stalagmites. Dreamy Levi fantasized about treasures hidden in the depths. By age 6, they knew every detail of their father's tales, playing exploration games in the backyard with flashlights. On a crisp autumn morning, Samuel went to town for supplies, leaving Clara at home with the children. A storm was brewing, but the forecast hadn't yet reached Willow Creek's radio. Restless and fueled by years of their father's stories, the triplets saw their chance. Eli whispered, "What if we explore Black Hollow? Just a peek." Noah hesitated, glancing at the cloudy sky. Without telling their mother, Clara, who was busy in the kitchen, they grabbed their flashlights and set off in their little boots toward the cave. This was the first step of their grave mistake. Black Hollow's entrance was like a jagged mouth, its cold air pulling them in. Inside, their flashlights danced on stalactites, leaving the children in awe, just like Dad's stories. Levi shouted, his voice echoing. As rain intensified outside, they ventured deeper. The cave's passages twisted and narrowed, but curiosity drove them forward. Eli led the way. Noah marked their path with a stick, and Lava hummed, lost in the adventure. Outside, the sky darkened. Rain poured, turning a nearby creek into a torrent. Water seeped rapidly into the cave's lower passages, unnoticed by the children. They reached a vast chamber, its ceiling dripping like a slow heartbeat. Noah held his flashlight up, revealing a kaleidoscope of crystal formations. "This is it," Eli said, "our discovery." But the magic broke when water lapped at their boots. Noah froze. The cave's flooding. Panic set in as the water rose, swallowing their path back. The rushing water blocked their escape. Scrambling, they climbed to a higher chamber, their flashlight flickering as they clung to each other. If these tales of courage and danger draw you in, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Stay curious, but always stay safe. At home, Clara noticed the children's absence. Seeing their muddy boots gone, her heart sank. Samuel returned in his truck. Clara's desperate words hit him like a stone. "They're not here." Spotting small footprints leading to the cave, his blood ran cold. The cave. His past flooded back Michael's screams, collapsing rocks. Without hesitation, he grabbed his old caving gear, hands shaking as he rigged ropes and a headlamp. He called the local rescue team, shouting coordinates, and ran toward the cave through the rain, clothes drenched. Inside Black Hollow, the children huddled in the chamber, the walls slick and tight. Their flashlight dimmed, and Levi's sobs echoed. "Dad will find us," Eli said, but doubt and fear crept into his voice. Water lapped at the chamber's edge, rising. Samuel reached the cave's entrance, his headlamp piercing the darkness, called his sons' names through familiar passages, his voice hoarse. Floodwaters made the ground treacherous. He climbed a narrow ledge, gear clanking, desperate to reach his children before the cave claimed them too. Then disaster struck. Samuel's boot slipped on rain-slicked rock. He plummeted headfirst into a jagged crevice 4 meters deep, his body wedged. Pain seared through him as his headlamp shattered, plunging him into darkness. Cold, relentless water filled the crevice surrounding him. He thrashed, gasping for air, his voice muffled by the water, the walls gripping him like a vice. As his lungs burned and the water rose, his screams were swallowed. In his final moments, Samuel's thoughts were of his sons, trapped somewhere in the same merciless cave. The rescue team arrived an hour later, their lights cutting through the flooded cave. They found the children in the chamber, shivering but alive, and brought them to safety. Eli, Noah, and Levi sobbed, asking for their father, but the team's faces grew grim. Deep in the cave, they found Samuel in a horrific state, lifeless in the crevice, his face frozen in a desperate expression. The water had taken him, leaving a haunting scene. Black Hollow Cave was sealed days later, its entrance a silent monument to a father's love and loss. The triplets grew up with their father's stories, but also his warning: nature's beauty hides a deadly edge. If this story gripped your heart, like it and subscribe for more tales of adventure and sacrifice. Stay curious, but always respect the unknown.